Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monica and today I want to do a recommendation video for single dad nanny romances. Okay, so before we get started on my recommendations, I got a package from Cover to Cover, and I just opened it up, but I didn't actually look inside, so I wanted to unbox it. Okay, let's see what we got going on. Oh, okay. Nice big package. My dogs are gonna love this bubble wrap. Ooh. My Life in Pieces by Julie Ann. That is so pretty. Look at that. I've never read this one. How well do you know the ones you love? I don't know. Colton saves my life, but he can't erase the images that now keep me awake at night, and I can't explain them. Huh. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to be reading that. And then, oh my gosh. Lovely Bad Things by Trisha Wolfe. That is very, very pretty. And then, ooh, Rebecca Gym Shack. Let's see what we got. Wildcat. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's so pretty. Look at that. Very cool. And it says, and of course I got the thank you for supporting my small business, which I always will. What else? Small businesses. It's in here. So this. Oh, there's more. Okay, here we go. Cute. Love like Cupid. Taken single, reading smut. Love it. Yes. Cupid, find me a hockey player. And then get your tickets here, kissing booth, one day only. That is very cute. Peace, love, and Cupid. Very, very cool. I love it. So definitely check out Cover to Cover when you get a moment. Okay, so today I want to talk about nanny romances. If you remember my January wrap up, I read nanny romances and single dad romances. Apparently it was a thing because those were some of my top favorites. So I just put a list together of a couple of favorites that I have read in the last couple of years. And I want to present them to you now. So without further ado, let's get into the recommendations. What I want to talk about is To Hate Adam Connor by Maise. And this book is the second in a duet. And it's the To Love, To Hate duet. To Love, Jason Thorne is the first one. So this was originally published back in 2016, and I read it back in 2018, and then again in 2020, and then again in 2022, and probably next year I'll do another reread. I just love To Hate Adam Connor. I love Adam Connor as a hero. He's fantastic. But I also love Lucy. So Lucy, she just has down on her luck. Her boyfriend moved away, and she just graduated from college. She doesn't know what she wants to do with her life, so she moves in temporarily with her best friend Olive and Jason Thorne, who is a very well-known actor. So Lucy and Olive decide one night that it would be a good idea to take a ladder and put it on over a privacy wall, put it against a privacy wall, and climbed the wall to spy on Adam Connor, who is an Academy Award winning actor and a newly single dad. And I mean, they're drunk when they originally start to do this, and then they don't get caught the first time, and then Lucy goes back again and again, and she just sits there and watches him do push-ups with his son on his back as he's doing push-ups. And then so then she takes some pictures on the phone to send to Olive. It's all very fangirlish but harmless. Well, one day Adam had just gotten out of the pool, and the nanny and his son were by the pool. His son wants to go swimming. Well, he says no. He goes in to take a shower. Well, the nanny walks in thinking the little boy's in after them, and so does the bodyguard. So this little boy decides to go jump into the pool and nearly drowns. Lucy is spying on them because she just loves Adam Connor. Well, she jumps over the wall and goes and saves his Adam's son. Well, to repay her, he throws her in jail because he thinks she's stalking him. And I mean, yeah, she was. In technical terms, she was stalking him. And then her and his son become friends, and then she ends up nannying for him, and they end up falling in love, and it's their romance. And oh my gosh, it is there's a lot of, this is steamy, and it's very funny. Lucy is the type of character who will call you out on your crap, and she basically says whatever she wants to say. But she has some growing to do, and she does it in this book, and so does Adam. There's some stuff that happens there is some other woman stuff in here, but it's actually the kind that I do not mind. But I highly, highly recommend you check out To Hate Adam Connor. Okay, the next one on my list, since we did celebrity, we're gonna do royalty, and that is A Nordic King by Karina Halle. Aurora is running from her past in Australia, and she's been a nanny with a prestigious nanny agency in Paris, and then she goes and becomes a royal nanny in Copenhagen, Denmark. So this is the Danish royal family. He's the king. The Queen Helena was not a good person. There's trauma there. But she ends up nannying for his two daughters. And he is very, very, very controlling and by the book. And yeah, it was really good. I do recommend this Karina Halle book. And then the next one on my list is kind of a romantic, I guess it's like a rom-com. It is Last on the List by Amy Daws. And this is the last book in her latest series. I cannot remember the name of the series, but I do remember the name. Her name is Cozy, his name is Max, and she is a full-figured woman, and he just really needed a nanny for his child. This is age gap, and it is fantastic. She is very much of a free spirit. But the thing is with Last on the List is Cozy was running away from her past again, but she was doing it to save herself. There were some things that happened to her that caused her to have some medical problems. Anyway, it's really, really sweet. It's really, really sexy, and it's actually pretty funny. So I do recommend Last on the List. Okay, so the next single dad nanny book I would like to recommend is called Make a Wish, and this is the third book in the Spark House trilogy by Helena Hunting, and this one follows Harley, who originally nannied for Gavin after his wife died in childbirth, and she was 19 at the time, so this is definitely an age gap again. I think actually all of these are pretty much age gaps. Anyway, she nannies for him when Peyton was a newborn for a year and a half, and then something happens between them, freaks him out, and he moves to Boulder. Anyway, so 7.5 years later, he moves back into town, and now she's stopped working as a nanny and now works at Spark House as the social media director. And it is their romance. They connect at a birthday party. The one thing about this book is that way Harley is so patient with Gavin because he has not completely gotten over all his trauma. Highly, highly recommend that one. And it just came out this last week, so definitely go check it out. Okay, the other one that was also on my favorites list for January is Heartless. And this one is Cade and Willa. And this one has been all over the place, so I don't really need to talk a lot about it this week. All know. If you've been in the romance community, you know. There's a reason why this is a 5-star favorite on almost everybody's list. I think everybody. He is a dirty talker, dirty talking cowboy. She is feisty, and she can hold her own against his grumpiness. And their relationship with his son Luke is just heartwarming, and I just absolutely loved it. And I love how she defends both Cade and Luke. Again, there's a little bit of other woman drama, but the whole entire story, the way they come together, fully makes up for that other woman, and it's not even that big of a deal. So if you haven't already, go read Heartless. And if you have read Heartless but you haven't checked out the audiobook, what are you doing? Go get it. Now, if we want to go a little darker for a nanny single dad romance, I highly recommend Kingdom Fall by A. Zavarelli. She wrote the Boston Underworld series, which is Crow, Reaper, Saint, Ghost. Anyway, even Connor. Okay, anyway, this is about Alessio and Natalia. This is kind of mafia-ish. He is a debt collector, i.e. a hitman, and he's very cold, very calculating, emotionally constipated, does not know how to communicate with anybody. And she cannot speak very well. She had her throat slashed in an attack, so there's trigger warnings for attack, violence against women, and rape. Anyway, she goes to nanny for him, for his son Nino. And there is a trope in here that I actually really like. It's a bit of a spoiler, so if you don't want to know it, I'll put a spoiler up and I'll tell you. He is a virgin hero. I know, you wouldn't think that, but yeah, he's a virgin hero. Anyway, she goes and purposely seeks him out for revenge. And there's a whole big reason why, and I'm not going to explain any more to that, but she is fantastic. She teaches Nino ASL, and it is just like her relationship and how she opens up both Nino and Alessio is just perfection. So highly, highly recommend that one. The last one I'm going to talk about, and this is a little bit of a stretch, but yeah, I'm going to throw it anyway. And it is, she's not a nanny for his son or his daughter because he has no children. She is his nanny. She was hired by his music label. And if you know it, it's the words, Jade. She is a nanny to this rock star, so he doesn't basically kill himself, and it's a second chance, plus size or full-figured woman representation. There's drug use on page, so be very cautious of that. And it's hate to love, second chance again, and it is fantastic. I mean, one of my favorite scenes, and if this is a spoiler, I'm sorry, and I'll put a thing up, but I mean, she handcuffs him to the bed so he wouldn't go out and do bad things. That is fantastic. I loved it, and I loved every minute of this really, really big book, but I do highly recommend that one. That is a nanny one, except that she's not nannying for a kid. So I'm just going to throw that one in there and take it as you will. If you don't want to comment on any of this, please leave me a blue heart. Because I'm wearing bluish today, it's more purplish indigo, but anyway, blue heart would be great. And like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for supporting my channel, and I look forward to talking to you in my next video.